So Tara has a great guy. It's costing her. Should she give this guy more time to come around or bail? It's group therapy.
When you need advice, come to Ben and Kelly. It's group therapy on 99.7 DJX.
She writes, Ben and Kelly, would you mind helping me out with my situation?
Mm-hmm.
I can understand saving money, but I now have been on 5 dates with a guy who strictly holds tight to a $25 dating budget.
Wow.
He says that because of inflation and the volatility of his job status, that he can't spend more.
Okay.
So far, he's only paid on 2 dates, and each time he stopped spending at $25.
Oh, gosh.
I picked up the tab on 2 dates, spent close to $125.
Wow.
I'm not complaining because, you know, what we did was my choice on our 5th date. We just did Netflix and chill, and now he keeps texting me on how great it was and says that that is all he ever needs from me.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, right? I hope I don't sound high maintenance, but I just don't know if I want to keep dating a guy that watches his money that tightly.
Okay.
He's a cool guy, he's good looking, but is that enough? I like to go out, like to do stuff. Plus, what I don't understand is that he's got a nice car and apartment. So he's spending someone's money on something.
Huh.
Does this sound a little off to you? Is it time to bail? Should I give it a little bit more time? Thanks, love your show.
Wow. I mean, you know, part of me is like, I've been a very frugal guy.
Yep.
And I am okay with delaying gratification and doing minimal, spending minimal in order to see a greater advantage in the future, like that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, I'm like, well, you know, if you like him, just deal with it.
I relate to the guy. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like deal with it, and eventually, I would imagine that $25 dating budget will relax once he realizes that maybe, because you've only been on 5 dates, once he realizes that maybe you are more the one, because I don't know if you've had the I'm exclusive to you talk yet, but maybe he's seeing more than one person and he's like, ooh, you know, I can only spend $25 on you because I can only spend $25 on this other girl that I'm seeing tomorrow night.
Dang, you might have hit the nail.
$25 on a third girl that I'm seeing over here. Wow. I don't know. I mean, but then, you know, part of me is like, yeah, I'm kind of old school when it comes to how you should court. And if I'm going out or if I am asking to go out with a woman, I'm paying. But that's me being kind of old school.
Yes, and I think, you know, a lot of people probably still follow that kind of unwritten rule. But I understand, I understand his need to want to save a couple bucks, especially everything is more expensive. I get that. Maybe they come up with more budget-friendly things to do. I mean, you're 5 dates in, you're still really getting to know each other.
Yeah.
So maybe we don't need to be dropping a bunch of money and like a whole bunch of activities if really the biggest thing is hanging out together and getting to know each other.
Yeah, Aaron texts in similar to what I was just saying. You are the side chick. Run.
Oh, wow.
Aaron,
oh, dang.
It sounds like Aaron's got some experience of being that.
Maybe.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if... I think this is relatable because I'm sure more than one person has been initially dating someone who is really frugal or is tight with the money. And I'd love to hear from people who stuck it out and are like, okay, so this is what happened after we got more than 5 dates in.
Right. I did get a text message. I think it works the opposite. You show your best foot forward in the beginnings of the dates. And it's only going to get worse. He's probably spending his money on things he likes and lets other people spend money on things he likes.
What if he's a sugar daddy to someone else? And so he's getting nice cars and nice apartments from some unknown spender.
Yeah, and Kim was like, $25 might buy McDonald's nowadays.
Yeah, I was going to say, like you and he go to fast food, and that's what $25 is going to get you, like a fast food dinner.
$30 on lunch for just like, me and the kids.
All right, 502-571-9970. Would love to hear what your experience with this sort of thing is. That's what group therapy is all about. Here on 99.7 DJX. Talking money, group therapy. Tara's new boyfriend holds tight to a $25 dating budget. And it's wound up costing her some bills on the 5 dates that they've been on so far. He's a cool guy, good looking, has a nice car, nice apartment. So he's spending money on something. But she's wondering, how much time do I give this? Do I bail? Should I give it a little bit more time? What's the deal?
Now, Jay's all like, sounds like a dude with the stuff together. Like he's watching his money. He kind of knows what he can do and what he can get away with. Bev is kind of saying the same thing. Maybe he's just budget conscious. Not a bad thing. And he's honest with you. Which would you rather settle with someone who's frugal or massively in debt?
Oh, gosh.
I would say frugal.
Right. Jacqueline's like, I think I just live in a different generation because I would just rather spend time with someone to get to know them, and doing that does not need to necessarily involve spending a lot of money. Now, don't get me wrong. I still like to go out, but we don't need to do that every time we meet up or spend time together. She did say that they do like to Netflix and chill, and that's now a thing that's on the menu. So,
Well, yeah, he was like, that's really all I need. And Laura's like, I dated a man who was so frugal. Our first date cost nothing. We walked downtown. He ended up being the love of my life, my husband, and manages our finances amazingly.
Now, he calls our show, and he's kind of our love expert on the show, that we've dubbed him Andrew the Love Doctor. What's your thought on this?
Well, I think both of you guys are right a little bit on this. First off, Ben, you're right from the standpoint that she needs to find out if she's the only one he's dating. Because it sounds to me like there might be somebody else in the mix. And if she is the only one that he's dating, Kelly's right on the other hand. I guess somebody called in. You always put your best foot forward. And as a man, I'm old school like you've been. You want to spend the money. You want to make an impression. You want this person to really like you, to kind of get to know them. The Netflix and all that chill is great, but that does come a little bit later on a consistent basis. It is, but that comes later on. In the beginning of a relationship, you want to shine. Everybody does, man or woman. Absolutely. So there's something else going on here. I would find out if she's the only one that he's dating. And if this continues for another couple of weeks, I'd probably bail if I was her. Or they come to a resolution where maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, they splurge. And it's on him. He understands that.
Right.
He's got to splurge on her. Or, she finds somebody else. There's plenty of men that will, I guess, take care of her or splurge on her. And she's not high maintenance. She wants to be treated well. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Andrew the Love Doctor. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Keep on loving, guys.
All right, see you, buddy.
Better.
Colleen, so what is your thought on this whole thing?
Okay, so my thought is, when my husband and I met, he was very frugal and did not have a lot. However, he had a lot of goals and aspirations, as did I. I did not have a lot when we met. And we are together now almost a decade. We have a child together, and we both have our own businesses, and we do very well. So it's really, if she wants higher things like that, don't be sorry for that, and that's fine. But also, you can meet someone and grow together. So I guess it depends on where she is in her life and what she wants at the end of the day.
Yes, she really needs to see. Listen, you need to get to know the guy, outside of his wallet and what he's willing to spend.
Absolutely. My husband, we've really pushed each other and encouraged each other. I started my own business, and about a year and a half later, he started his, and we're both doing very well. So we've grown together. And, that's it. At the time, I didn't care. I liked him, so we dated, but we had those discussions. He's like, I remember him telling me, this is all that I have. And I'm like, well, I'm not dating you for your money. So we did a lot of stay at home. We did a lot of making dinners together, watching movies.
A lot of Netflix and chill.
Yes, for sure. So I think she just needs to, never apologize for your standards. You know, if that's her standards, then that's her and that's fine. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more to people than the money they bring to the table.
Yeah,
that's
there
my
is
opinion.
also going to be an element of at some point they're going to have a conversation if they are going to be like an exclusive relationship, if they have very different philosophies on money too, because that will play a part in tension down the road if they are drastically different with how they view money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. So you too, Colleen.
Yeah, Aaron said, some people are really that frugal. I used to be married to one. Mm-hmm. She needs to think about if that's something she can handle living with, because if it gets serious, he could expect her to stick to a set budget for everything. And if that's not something she'd be okay with, then it's not worth pursuing a relationship. Many topics can be make or break. Just needs to be a general conversation about his overall thoughts on budgets and money and how he foresees himself handling things in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key there. And Kelly, you said it best, where it's at some point you're just going to have to figure out if you align with him on how you spend money. Because if you guys do go the distance, that'll be a big thing that comes up in your relationship a lot of times.
Oh, money is one of the top things that couples fight about. Yeah. So if you have drastically different points of view on how you view money, what you do with money, how you spend it, how you save it, then yeah, you're going to have some problems.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Tara. So I think what we're saying is, maybe give it a little bit more time and
stick it out, get to know him, and then find out where you guys are with that.
Yeah, and just enjoy each other's company. So, all right, Tara, cool. Thank you. Keep us posted there. That is Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.